Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video is going to be completely different, okay? So before I get into my story time, I did try to do a video on how to do a lash lift. I think I filmed it like two, maybe three times. Anyways, the first time the footage got deleted, okay? It was my fault, my bad. I will own up to it. The second time, the memory card had an error on it, and even after me transporting the pictures in the video off of my memory card onto my external hard drive, the memory card did not work. And by that time, I already burned my lashes 2 times. I was like, you know what, I'll film this in a few months. I'm not trying to lose these beautiful, luscious, long, curly lashes. No, but on the real though, you guys, I think it turned out really good. So overall, at least my lashes are curled, so I don't have to worry about doing that in the morning or anything like that. And two, I mean, I guess there's only one really good reason. But in today's video, what we're going to be talking about is the most craziest customers I had at the coffee stand. So if you guys don't know, on the weekends I work as a bikini barista. It's just somebody who wears lingerie, bikini outfits, whatever, and they serve coffee in a little coffee shop. And if you guys are still not getting what I'm talking about, I did a whole entire video. It's linked down below if you guys are a little bit more curious and want to know exactly what is a bikini barista. In today's video, we are going to be talking about the most craziest customers I've had. So I was on Instagram Live today while I was working, and I always get all these questions, and I always get, tell me your craziest story, tell me your scariest moments, stuff like that. So I'm just going to go ahead and tell you guys some of my craziest stories about being a bikini barista. And yeah. Okay guys, so the very first story is when I was working the afternoon shift one day, and I remember I was cleaning the coffee machine. So I was getting, my rag, and I was cleaning it and all that. And a car pulled up, and I remember his drink too, because I started drinking it, but don't judge me. I don't even know why I put that in there. But anyway, so I remember his drink, and he was like, can I get a soda water with lime flavoring? And I'm like, that's it, so pretty much an Italian soda without cream. So he just wanted soda water with, some flavoring. So I got him some lime, I put it in there. And I remember when I was just kind of mixing it together with the ice, I kind of looked over in the passenger seat, and I see this big thing of diapers, okay? So I'm like, stack on stacked on stacked, just diapers. And I'm like, okay, well, whatever, that's whatever, At that time, I ain't had no kids, so I'm like, whatever. So I'm making his drink, and then I go over to the register, still chit-chatting with him, like, oh, how was your weekend? Did you do anything fun? And blah, blah, blah. And when I walk over, this mother is wearing a freaking diaper, okay? An adult diaper. Now, at that moment, you guys, I got a flashback of Law & Order SVU, that episode with that guy, that man baby who had that little fetish. And you guys, if you guys know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about, okay? There was a man baby, there was an episode, Detective Benson was in it. You guys know what I'm talking about, but that's what it reminded me of. I'm like, whoa, am I watching another episode, or is this real life? And I was shook, okay? So at that moment, I hate awkward situations, so I try to be as normal as possible. And I'm like, you know what? Act like you don't even see it. Here's your drink. So yeah, okay. He's like, keep the change. I'm like, so what else you got going on for the day? And he just wanted to, converse and chit chat and whatever. Now I'm standing by the coffee machine, which is centered in the middle inside of the building. And just standing right here, just talking to him like, oh yeah, what's good, blah, blah, blah. Oh yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, and he drove off, and I'm like, whoa. And then he came back again, a few more times. There was one time he came back when my manager was there, and, I was trying to mouth to him like, because I told him about it before, so I'm like, diaper man is here. But at the end of the day, he was extremely harmless, and that's one thing that I will never forget, because I would never think that I would see somebody wearing a diaper in person. I mean, shit, I thought that stuff was made for TV, but hey, that's one story right there. A second story, guys, is when I was working, a little further away from my house, more up north, and when you work up north from where I live at, it's more money, okay? So I was driving like an hour to this coffee shop, and I think it was like my second day at this one stand. And so there was a girl that was working before me. So there was a morning girl, I was going to be working the afternoon, and then there was going to be a girl closing after me. So the morning girl was like, hey, there's this weird guy, you know, asking for girls to do something really weird for 50 bucks. And I was like, well, what is he asking, you know? And she's like, I mean, do you really want to know? I'm like, well, I mean, why bring it up if you're not going to tell me? Like, you know, like, she gave me the description of the car, what he looks like, all that, but she didn't tell me what he was asking. She's like, yo, just heads up, if this car comes by, just, you know, just know he got some weird shit going on. And I'm like, well, what does he got going on? And she told me that, all right, he wanted girls to go ahead and poop in a trash bag and leave it outside by the door for $50. And I was like, what? I was like, you have got to be kidding me. What are you talking about? Who asked about stuff like that? That is just disgusting. That's some like G.G. Allen shit right there, okay? Not up my alley. And I'm like, girl, you trolling me right now. But let me tell you, okay? One, she didn't do it. I asked her, like, did you do that? And she's like, no, girl, I did not do that. I told him to leave. But she was not lying, okay? Homeboy's gonna go ahead and, you know, pull up. And she told me about the car, so I knew what he looked like, you know. So I was ahead of the game, okay? I was one step ahead of him. So I knew what he was gonna do. So let me go ahead and get my tip really quick and milk the situation. No pun intended. So he asked for some cheap ass drink like an Americano, you know, no cream, no sugar, nothing. Simple cheap ass drink. If someone asks for like Americano or 2 shots, cheap ass motherfuckers, they're going from coffee stand to coffee stand to coffee stand. That's like giving a kid 20 bucks and they're really trying to milk that for like getting as much candy as they can. So these motherfuckers will have $20 and they'll go to one coffee stand, buy 1 espresso shot, that's like 75 cents, tip $2, and go to the next 20 stands and do the same damn thing, okay? So this motherfucker's gonna go ahead and ask for a tall Americano, black, nothing in it. And then he was going to go ahead and be like, well, before he even asked for anything, I was like, okay, you know, blah, 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 is this much, this much? And he was like talking like, so, do you do anything besides this? And I was like, yeah, I work a 9 to 5. And, you know, I never tell people like the details about where I work at, but he's like, oh, well, I mean, besides like, you know, you're not in a club, you don't dance or anything. I was like, no, I don't do that. Like, this right here is my excitement. He's like, ooh, your excitement. And I was like, yeah, you know, like, I don't really go out, so me just doing this, you know, it's kind of like my social life, you know, double life. Here I go, walking myself into this motherfucking trap. But anyways, he was just pretty much saying, like, well, I will give you 50 bucks if, you know, you want to go ahead and boo-boo in a trash bag and leave it outside behind the door. Hell to the motherfucking no, you got to go. I was like, I was not feeling it at all, not going for it. Gotta go, thank you for the tip, gotta go, got my sales, it is what it is. So if you guys know of anything like that, or you guys are, you know, pretty much expecting someone to pull up, make sure you get that coin, make sure you hit your sales, make sure you get that tip, and then send them on their way. This story is gonna be, I probably should start with the story first, but it was a long time ago when I started doing coffee, bikini coffee. And this customer, I'm gonna call him Jim, okay? So Jim, he was always super cool. He was always traveling in a truck, and I think like he like picked up like junk and he either resold it or like some way, somehow he got some money off of getting people's junk and doing something with it. But he always drove this white truck with his black dog, and he was super cool, you know? So I thought. Always had good conversation, you know, he seemed very intelligent, he seemed like, you know, he had goals for him, and, you know, we didn't talk about weird stuff at that time, well, not ever, until he kind of switched it up a little bit weird, but, like, we talked about stuff like our hobbies, what we like to do, what I was going to school for, and stuff like that. So, one day, you know, Jim kind of switched it up a little bit, and he was like, you know, what would you do for 20 bucks? And I was like, make coffee? He's like, well, would you let me lick the bottom of your boot? Now, at this time, I've been wearing these nasty ass boots for the longest. I'm talking about these were the only boots that I would be wearing whenever I worked at the time. So these boots were musty, crusty, and dirty. And I'm like, Jim, I mean, I'm pretty sure I stepped on dog poop, blah, blah, blah. You don't want to do it. And he was like, no, but I do. I was like, you don't. And, you know, I'm very shy and timid. So, yeah, you know, your girl said no, decline. I'm pretty sure I could be a rich ass B-word right now. But I just don't have the gut in me to do certain things that other girls do. And I'm not shading them or anything like that. I'm just saying me as a person. I'm just too timid. I'm just too shy. I just rather wear a bikini, you know, some lingerie, make some coffee, and talk, and that's it. I don't be twerking. I don't be doing no splits, nothing like that. Because for one, your girl don't even know how to dance. Yeah, so that was just a little bit weird that, you know, at that time being so young, like I never knew that people really wanted to do stuff like that, but let alone like had a fetish to like lick the bottom of a boot. Like I never did any investigations or research or went down that rabbit hole to figure out why people were into it, but let me just tell you, shit's motherfucking real, okay? I'm not really trying to make this a long video. That's just a few stories I have right there. But if you guys want to know more things, or if you guys want me to go ahead and bring you guys along with me to the coffee stand and start kind of see the inside out, let your girl know. Leave a comment down below. Like I said, I've been doing this for 8+ years on and off. My actual goal is to actually own a coffee stand. I'm not quite sure if I want to do the whole entire bikini route or more of like the family friendly where, you know, people are wearing clothes, serving coffee. I'm not quite sure, but you know, I've been doing it for so long. I'm like, why not just go ahead and buy my own stand and just do the whole entire dang thing my own self, because I'm a bomb ass barista. Ain't nobody complaining about my cup of coffee, okay? My shots are not burnt. Now girls, that's one thing, okay? You may be looking bomb and fly and all that, you know, your little choo-choos and all that, but make sure your cup of coffee is, otherwise they ain't coming back. And that's some real shit, right? Well, some people will, but I'm just saying, you want to be the full package. All I really had, I just thought it was really funny when I was on Instagram Live today and people were just asking me all these questions. And I have had, you know, some like concerns and been scared. I think maybe one time that I could actually remember is when I've been like really scared, and that's when I was like working in the morning and the businesses around me weren't open yet, but this guy got out of his car, and you know, you just gotta go with that gut feeling, and I just didn't feel good. I told him like, yo, can you get back in your car? I was like, you know, I mean, I'm sorry, but it's really early. It's like 6 a.m. It's foggy, and I just don't feel comfortable, and I usually don't have people get out of their car until like 10 a.m. And what I mean by that is some people like to get out of their car, you know, chit chat with you, whatever, or smoke a cigarette by, you know, away from the building, but when you're by yourself and it's that early, I'm not playing that. You know, you gotta be in your car or you gotta go. And that's what he did. He went in his car and he got it, you know, he dipped. So I'm just saying, guys, listen to your gut feelings, be safe. But at the end of the day, like, that was the only time that I actually felt scared or nervous. You guys already know that I like to work in coffee shops where there's like a business running around me. Like for instance, like if my coffee shop is attached to a gas station, I'm going to feel more secure that way because there's cars coming in and out getting gas. There's always, you know, there's movement, you know, there's traffic, it's busy, and it's good for the revenue. And for me, I feel like it's good for my own safety. So keep that in mind too, girls, if you guys are thinking about becoming a bikini barista. I really have. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more future videos, and I will talk to you guys in my next one. Bye.